We are talking Tina Turner this morning. If you're a fan of rugby league, you'll know that she was simply the best. She fronted that campaign 30 years ago. And as we spoke to John Quayle earlier this hour, he spoke about how avant-garde that was, like the woman herself, a black grandmother fronting the national game here in Australia. Joining me live now is Tigers legend Benny Elias. Good to see you, Benny, in person. We're going to bring up pictures of you soon, nearly naked, part of that campaign with Tina Turner. What was it like?
It was extraordinary, Jane. I'd say it was one of those moments where you wanted to be part of the commercial, and if you weren't as a player, you were ripped off. And we got this official letter from the New South Wales Rugby League, and the CEO was John Quayle, who you had on earlier. And you thought, my God, we're going to be part of Tina Turner, the commercial of Tina Turner. Yeah. We didn't realise how big it was going to be and how professional that they were going to go about doing the business of the commercial. And then the final cut, when we saw it, we were all invited to a big screening of it live, and we just thought, wow. This was the changing of guard. This was the professional game of rugby league. All of a sudden, overnight, it became super professional. We introduced women to the game by having the sex of the boys having their shirts off, running on the beach. That they brought the women portfolio into the mix, and also the children. You saw Big Crusher Clear grabbing his kid and taking him to the football, and it was all of a sudden a phenomena, and it was huge, and being associated with the rock and roll legend Tina Turner was made it all so real.
I mean, the song's perfect for the NRL, the ARL back then, and I don't know whether it was on purpose, but yeah, you're right. Attracting women to the game, and Tina Turner herself, I know she was pretty private. She never felt sorry for herself, but she is the face of resilience.
Yeah.
She is a survivor. So I wonder if that was, on purpose.
Well, it was. I mean, you can't pretend or you can't make up where she came from. She came from a real tough upbringing. And it was very, very difficult for her to sort of, come over here and do something that she's not familiar with, which was being associated with rugby league. But she did it to a T, and she did it with finesse. And all of a sudden, she got right involved into the game. She had a very close relationship with John Quayle and all of his team at the time. And she really gave her time to the players throughout the commercial. And
it looks like it. You can see it.
She had a ball.
Benny, we've got some photos of you. See if we can bring them up. This will bring back memories.
Oh, wow. There's a young fella.
Still shot. I said you were almost naked, but not quite in that shot. There you go. You haven't changed a bit, mate. You mentioned that, you had such a good time shooting it. You can actually see that. You can't fake that kind of thing. No. And it just looked like that she loved it.
She was the real deal.
Every moment of it.
She was, and it's so eerie. 7 days ago, almost to the minute, we were getting ready to go see Tina the musical down the road here at the Royal Theatre, and it really is it's eerie, because you wound the clock back, and the songs that she sang, especially Simply the Best, and what you get is what you see. There's the two big songs that made a massive impact on my life and all rugby league players, I believe, and also spectators. Yeah. When you hear the song Simply the Best, you straight away think about Tina Turner. And if you hear Tina Turner, you hear NRL. It's there will never, ever be a campaign as good as this.
I'm going to speak to Peter V'landys, because I reckon he could bring it back somehow.
Well,
and he's definitely the man to do it.
He's certainly, he's a man of vision. He's a man of create, and not afraid to have a go. And if you could do something genius through that, I'm sure that he'll be able to do it. But
I mean, AI is pretty scary these days, mate. You can do anything.
It is. I know. It is frightening what you can do.
Just before I let you go, when you saw that musical just a week ago. What was it like? I mean, you said it brought back memories, but just the energy of her, was that conveyed?
Well, not to give it away, because you've got to go see it. You really need to go see it. But at the end of towards the end, they started singing Simply the Best, and everyone in the theatre, everyone got up and started singing along with it. Everyone was clapping, singing, and you could just see the joy of that song being so remembered and so well recognised here in Australia. And, you know, it's such a great gift that she's given our game, that great song. And it worked both ways. You know, she loved the game of rugby league in a very funny way. Jimmy Barnes sang with her in the 1993 grand final. They sang Simply the Best when the Broncos got up and won the pennant that year. It was super, and you know, you could see that it was just she was bigger than life. This lady was just phenomenal, and
what a life she had, man.
And just what a great story, and it shows you this in the musical when you go out and see it. It is just so special.
Yeah, I reckon there's going to be a flood of people wanting to go and see that now. Benny, it's been a pleasure to talk to you today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Big fan of yours. Good on you.
Thanks, Benny. I appreciate that.
Cheers.